contract.
Trish, do you have any thoughts as far as when we might do that?
Well, you said you had to have it by,
Yeah, I need that by the 14th. I have to have it by the 14th. By the 12th, we are running, I'm never this up against it, this close here. I haven't been that way in the last 4 or 5 years, but I had to wait a 28-day period, and then before the 28-day period, I had to wait and see what state of West Virginia was going to be in the contract. They never amended the contract, so I had to put it out for bids. Their master contract for the data lines, they did not amend that. Therefore, I couldn't wait anymore, so I put it out to the county. They bid on it in the county. We'll have our own contract with Armstrong and Frontier. But I really need those three approved so I can,
You're going to approve the three on the second page tonight. And then the first two, hopefully you can approve when you're here Thursday.
the last one is
Put
no longer
that on
necessary.
the,
okay,
instead of having another meeting.
okay, the last one, that contract with AT&T,
Just knock it off
that's,
completely.
No, we're gonna do month to month with that.
okay, we're gonna do it on the month. It's the three on the second page.
Right.
That you all will be looking at tonight. And then we could,
Hopefully have the other two Thursday. when you're
Thursday.
here,
This Thursday,
instead of having to have another meeting.
Agreeable with everyone? All right, thanks, Danny. Appreciate it. Okay, we're down to I and J. It's just an explanation here. We did approve this, but after we looked at it, we saw that the figures had been changed somewhat. So Mr. Meek contacted us the other day about having to come back and revise this for the proper amount, or the correct amount for next school year. For this one person that works at the high school, the resource officer. Now, from Sean's question, I think we would address why, we had a request at the last moment, I might add, to have two resource officers, one at the high school and one at Hamlin PK8. And we discussed that just kind of informally, but what we ran into there is, one, there would be some additional costs there for the board. But the other issue we were concerned about was, how about our other 6 schools? We were just thinking, obviously at the high school, we feel like it serves a great purpose. Not that it wouldn't at every school, but at the high school in particular, because students see them, they talk to them. We think it prevents a lot of mischievous activities that might go on. So at the high school, we really feel it's important. At the middle school level, it would be nice, but once again, for us to commit to that, then we're telling our other schools out there, well, maybe you should have it too. And when you look at, and Bertie could give us a figure on what a typical employee would cost, but because I don't know whether these people have benefits or not, but the figure here on this one is $35,000. So if you just figure that we're going to have 7 more, you're talking a couple of $100,000 or more. We don't feel like we can afford that. But we're hopeful, and I know I'll let Trish talk to me in just a minute. But I know at the conference that I went to on school safety, it was mentioned that we're hopeful that Congress eventually will provide school districts monies, and it'll be up to them how they use those. Some may choose to use it for resource officers. Others may use it to make changes in their facility, the film over the window and changing their entrances and all kinds of different things. But at some point, we are hopeful that there will be monies available, and then, based on how much a county would get, we could look at that. So it's not I guess we can look at whether we feel what would best suit our school district, as every other county would have to do. Trish, do you want to?
yes, I think I had mentioned the last time that Senator Manchin did address a group of superintendents and other school administrators at the end of January. And his message to us was he felt certain that there would be some monies coming to the states and then down to the counties. And the counties would be able to do like a needs assessment for each of the schools and determine what they would like to utilize those monies for. Could be a person such as a PRO officer, or looking at the facilities, whether they're going to look at the security systems, changing them or updating them, film protection for windows that would make them more shatterproof. Is that correct, Dana, the way they described that? As well as changing the entrance to some of the facilities, putting other safeguards in. I think it's called a man trap. Man trap. But we would have to see what each of the schools would prefer. And the way he talked in his presentation, that would probably be relatively soon. The monies would be forthcoming to the states. I think we all know what tragedy that probably prompted the necessity to look at the safety for all of the schools in the nation. And I think that's something that was very near and dear to all of them in Congress. And I don't see any reason that they would not be all on both aisles agreeable to sending the money to the states. So that was where we were looking at waiting to see what we might be able to receive from the federal government.
Now, is my recollection, was that position, Bertie, wasn't there some grant, or when that position first came on stream, it was like a pharma grant that the town got, and you guys were paying half, and the town was getting a grant to pay the other half, no?
I don't remember the details.
4 years ago.
I just remember that we did agree to pay $25,000.
Day one. So, and now you're paying, so are you now paying the full whack, or has it gone
No,
up?
we are currently paying $25,000.
Okay.
This is a prorated amount, isn't it, just for the
Right,
school
just-
year?
Yeah, because June, July, they would
July,
be
they're
working
not
for us,
there.
they'd be working with the town.
So there's a couple of months there, Sean, that they would be working for the town of Hamlet.
Gotcha.
At the schools.
So the board is paying 25,000 a year
Currently.
currently? Okay.
That was another reason that we wanted to clarify that this was just for the next school year, 2013-14, not so we
Okay.
could take it year by year. Okay, anything else on that one from anyone?
Okay, next item, item K, the employment of superintendent of schools. I would ask one of our members, does anybody have any input as to inserting names and numbers in here?
Well, I would say that we
Mr. Curry,
Patricia Lucas
okay?
for 2 years and $105,000 her present salary.
Okay, Mr. Curry has inserted that, so that'll be a part of our administrative items. So we're at that point. If anyone has any other question on the administrative items, I'll ask for a vote on all the administrative items. Those in favor of the items, yes?
Yes.
I'm a yes, it's an all yes vote. Congratulations, Ms. Lucas.
Thank you very much.
I think we've really came a long way since Ms. Lucas has taken over. I think the morale in the central office and even out in our schools have really improved. I think she's doing a fabulous job.
Thank you, Carol. Appreciate that.
You've got.
Well, I evidently do too, or I wouldn't have encouraged you.
Thank you, Fred.
Of course, you know I.
Check my check.
If you'll just leave
Yeah, I
your
want to
chair.
get her a chair so I don't have to work all the time.
I appreciate it. I certainly do.
But, this, in the last year, we've regained county control, or, we're under our own local control now, and, we're choosing our own staff from top to bottom, and of course, everybody knows the superintendent is, the leader of the school system, and that's who we depend upon. We try to set and establish policy, and then it's up to the superintendent and her staff, including Mr. Meeky, the assistant there, my
We have confidence in her, and we know she'll do well. Okay, we'll move to the finance section.
I'll make a motion.
Mr. McCallum makes a motion.
I'll second.
Ms. Smith makes a second. And Ms. Gandy.